So we're going to spend the next few minutes speaking to our friend Crystal Howell, our certified internal auditor, spending some time helping us to survive and thrive in a depressed economy. Crystal, good morning. Hope you're well.
I'm well.
Good
How are you doing,
morning.
Sean?
I'm pretty all right. I'm pretty good. Pretty good this morning. Uh,
How was
He's
Common
Listen,
Mary Week for
embracing
you?
all of him.
say again.
How was Common Mary Week for
How
you?
was November Mary?
Wet, wet, and of course with COVID-19, that does not help. So this week will not be one that we would want to remember, but we look to brighter days, and that's what you do, helping our viewers look to brighter days financially. We got some more depressing news of sorts with this UK shutdown, the lockdown
Down,
expected
yes.
on Thursday. That will affect many people here in
Oh, most
Barbados. When we
definitely.
are now starting to see that trickle with tourism, that pickup,
Yeah.
that will affect how things will be happening in the weeks ahead. So, what do you have to share with us today to help to lift those spirits financially?
Just a reminder to persons that it is going to be a difficult transition period for as long as I can remember. Tourism has been a mainstay in Barbados. So transforming our minds to depend on something other than tourism is not going to be easy, but it is unfortunately going to be necessary. And I am trying to play my small part to make sure that those entrepreneurs out there who have been struggling with managing their finances can hopefully get that aspect of their business under control. But I do encourage persons to take as many classes as possible in all aspects of business because it is a lot to juggle, especially if you're juggling on your own. But where the finances are concerned, we're going to continue with our discussion about the statements and the documents that you'll be preparing. So we spent some time last week trying to get persons to understand why it is important to have your bookkeeping done every single month. And it's actually a daily process for many persons where you have to input that information. And you can see here some of the information that you'll be generating once you have been getting that information consistently entered. Hopefully you have a family member that can enter it for you because it can become time consuming depending on the nature of your business. But regardless, it is something that is necessary for you to be able to navigate the dynamics of your business and to be able to see what direction you can go. So the invoices that you would have been collating over the period would help you to be able to determine what your revenue is looking like. And the sale is the amount invoiced to the customer or the client, which could include or exclude your sales tax. So you might have your revenue before the sales tax and after the sales tax. This is where it all starts. And you need to know what that total is year to date and each month so that you can have a good idea of how your business is performing. But it is only the starting point. We would have discussed this some time ago where you would have someone with lots of revenue and they think that their business is doing well, but they're not aware of how much expenses come out of the business, which leaves them sometimes in a lost position. So you can be having that nice impression that you are balling, but the reality and the truth of the matter is if you are not keeping track of your expenses, you could be in for a very rude awakening. And usually when it comes to business, we definitely like to separate the expenses that are directly related to the business and then your other ancillary expenses that would are necessary but help to keep the business going, such as rent and advertising and everything else. So we usually call those direct expenses cost of goods sold. And once you take the cost of goods sold from your sales, then you are left with your gross profit. And we'll get into all the other things a little bit later, but right now we want to discuss what this gross profit means. It measures how much you
Okay.
make from selling.
Yeah,
It matters how
Crystal, we
much
are
you
going to
make
have to
from.
do
Go
that
ahead.
in the next session. I
That's
know you don't
fine.
realize, but the time ticks
Yes,
away quickly. So we're going to do
it
that in the
does.
second part of our discussion. But we thank you so very much.
No problem.